Hey guys, welcome to another video. For today, I will be doing a 1-year review of my Louis Vuitton Speedy Bandolier 25 in Monogram. I'll also share some of the accessories I've purchased to maintain the bag's shape as well as to protect the leather. But before I get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel below if you haven't yet and hit that notification bell so you can stay tuned for new videos. So a quick mention about the shopping experience. This bag was purchased in 2020 last year around May from the Champs-Élysées flagship store in Paris, and it was during a time when non-essential shops had just started to reopen after the first national lockdown. This is my first Louis Vuitton item to own, and prior to this purchase I had never been inside a Louis Vuitton store because the queue was always too long from the outside, so for my first visit I decided to call customer services to make an appointment. When I arrived at the flagship store, there was barely any waiting time compared to pre-COVID days, so I could have easily gone without making any appointments. But anyways, when I entered the boutique, it was good to appreciate the design, the surroundings, and the layout of the store without being crowded. I could also easily see the products on display and take a closer look at them if I wanted to without being rushed to do so. My sales assistant was also very patient with me when I was deciding which bag to get, so overall I'd say the shopping experience couldn't have been better considering it was my first Louis Vuitton shopping experience. After the purchase, I left the store with a huge LV paper bag, and the Speedy bag was packed away in this orange box right here. It came with a dust bag and it was stored in a flattened octagon shape. And the bag is made out of canvas and vachetta leather, so putting it back into its duffel style shape is relatively easy. Since this is my first LV bag, the reason I chose the Speedy was because I've always wanted to own a good duffel bag for traveling. I also went with the Bandolier because I prefer the flexibility when it comes to different ways of wearing the bag and strap lengths. And the decision to go with the size 25 was a mixture of coincidence that I was turning 25 that year, and I wanted a size that wasn't too big nor too small. Aside from the bag itself, an optional accessory that I had paid for separately was a small luggage tag, which I was able to secure with a sales assistant when making the appointment over the phone. The price I paid for this was 50 euros, and the personalization with the hot stamping was free of charge. The features of the SpeedyB 25 are quite straightforward. You have two top handles made of vachetta leather, D-rings on both sides where you hook on the leather strap, a padlock and a key in case you want to secure your bag, a detachable strap, and a zipper for the main compartment. Inside the bag you have a small zip pocket, although if you have the previous version of the Speedy, I think it would only be a slip-through pocket. There's also another D-ring which I've not found a use for yet, but leave a comment below what you think it's for. Other than that, the rest of the bag's compartment is pretty much a black hole. For wear and tear and how the bag held up so far, I think one of the most noticeable characteristics of the monogram design when it comes to aging is the browning of the vachetta leather. Now, I've been using the Speedy for several occasions, whether it's grocery shopping or going into the city, and after more than a year of usage, I have definitely noticed the leather go from pink when it was still brand new to beige. Now, this aging process of the leather is also known as patina. However, I have to be mindful not to get it wet because otherwise it will leave watermarks on the leather, which will make the patina very uneven. The next thing I noticed was the tarnishing of the hardware, and this is specifically the case around the D-rings because the hook of the leather strap clashes against it often. Although normally I can wipe most of the tarnish off with a dry cloth. Regarding the padlock and key, I didn't use it for the first few months, so I just kept it inside its little dust bag and stored it in the bag. Around 2 months later, when I decided to check up on it, I noticed severe discoloration, or rather oxidization, so I texted the sales assistant if I could get a replacement. Luckily, the sales assistant was okay to provide me another set, and she explained that it was a common issue they had at the time, so I didn't need to return the first set. Finally, the creasing on the canvas from when it was initially folded in a flat octagon shape after the purchase eventually disappeared. And I think that the way I store the bag also helps to preserve the shape. That said, I want to share with you 2 accessories that I use to store and protect the SpeedyB 25. First up is a bag organizer from Zoomoni, and just like my experience with the Longchamp Mini Le Pliage organizer, which I'll leave a link above, the delivery time was fast once again, and it arrived within less than 2 weeks. The color that I got it in is mocha tan, and the design that I went for has a water bottle compartment on the side, as well as other smaller compartments or pockets on the side of the organizer. Not only did having this bag organizer help me maintain the bag's shape, either when I'm using it or storing it away, but it also helped me prevent damaging the inner fabric material of the bag from liquid spills because the organizer would absorb it instead. To put it inside the bag, what you have to do is squeeze both sides. And by the way, this is my own method, so you could share in the comment section below in case you have any other way of putting the organizer inside. Then I slip it diagonally into the bag and wait until all corners are properly aligned with the bag structure. And sometimes you have to give it a little push just so that it could fit inside. Now normally I do this without items inside the organizer so that it would be easier. And there you go. The second product I use is a water and stain repellent spray from AF Deluxe, which I stumbled upon on Instagram. And they are based in the UK, and it took around 2 weeks for this product to arrive. When it did arrive, it only came like this without any complimentary clothing or anything. So for me to test the spray, I simply used an old white cloth. But what this product ultimately does is it protects the vachetta from getting bad stains or watermarks. So I'm going to give you a quick demo on how to use the spray, and I will be using this extra strap that I don't normally use on a day-to-day basis. There was no specific instruction on how to use it, so what I do first is usually to spray the vachetta leather directly and just use an old white cloth to wipe it. Of course, you would do this repeatedly until you cover all the leather parts. Alternatively, what you could do is to just spray the white cloth directly first, making sure that there is enough, and rub it against the leather. You then leave it on for a few minutes to dry. For the ultimate test, I'm going to spray water from afar just to show if the water will be making a watermark or if it's just going to be repellent against it. From here, you can see that there was no watermarks or water stains that was caused from the water. I think this product is useful in case it suddenly rains when you're outside or you accidentally spill liquid on the bag. In terms of frequency, I try to apply the spray once a month, but if I'm not using the bag for longer than a month, then I just apply it prior to using. The last thing I want to talk about is my personal pros and cons of the SpeedyB 25. My first pro is the shape of the bag, and perhaps this is subjective, but as I've mentioned earlier, I've always wanted a duffel style bag. Besides, the black hole feature of it gives you flexibility and choice as to however you want to compartmentalize your things using an organizer. Second pro is the strap aspect of the bag. I like how first of all there is a strap included, because if you get tired from holding the bag on the crook of your arm, then you can simply attach the strap and wear the bag hands-free. To top it off, I like how there are 2 pieces of the strap, so you can either lengthen it and wear the SpeedyB as a crossbody, or simply have the shorter strap and wear it as a shoulder bag. I also like how the bag drops below my elbow and above my hips when I use the shorter strap. As for the cons, the first downside of the SpeedyB 25 for me is the zipper opening to the main compartment. If you look at how far the zipper goes, it doesn't even reach the full length of the bag, so it's quite difficult to put larger items in and out of the bag. The other con is the tarnishing of the hardware, whether it's the D-rings or even the padlock itself. Maybe this is due to the quality issues that's been going on for a while, or maybe it's bound to happen anyway over time, but for sure it would have been better if it didn't tarnish so quickly. So we've come to the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed my 1-year review of the Louis Vuitton SpeedyB 25, as well as showing you the Zoomoni Bag Organiser that I use and water and stain repellent spray from AF Deluxe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or it helped you in any way. Other than that, see you in my next video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye!